I covered the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 57, and at that point, nobody really thought that the Eagles were going to be able to make a Super Bowl run like that. And in Arizona, that was Nick Sirianni's first Super Bowl experience. A lot of players on that roster also had not been to a Super Bowl, and the Eagles looked and acted as though they were happy to be there, and they should have won that game. They made multiple mistakes and really struggled in the second half, didn't make the necessary adjustments, and the Kansas City Chiefs really took advantage, and Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes were awesome after halftime. Then I covered the Eagles in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59, and the Eagles acted different. They had been there, they were hungry, they were trying to get their revenge. And one thing I really noticed was that the Chiefs were going for that three-peat. They were very cocky and confident all throughout Super Bowl week, rightfully so. They had won back-to-back rings, and they were looking to become the first team ever to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And while the Chiefs were very talented, not as talented as the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Eagles during Super Bowl week were hyper-focused. And they had this we are going to shock the world type of mentality to them, and the look in their eyes, they were so serious, so locked in, so detail oriented, not being overwhelmed by the moment. And they used that experience from 2 years prior and applied it to game planning, to preparation, to how they carried themselves. And on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, I tweeted out, the Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow in Super Bowl 59. That's exactly what they did. And I was so impressed with how Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff approached and handled that week. They were so detail-oriented, and they used those previous experiences and applied that and made the necessary adjustments to better serve them to take down the Chiefs the second go-around. And that translated to the players. And the Eagles had this cool, calm, and collected feel to them, but there was also this assassin, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan level of hyper-focus to the Eagles too. And that led to the Eagles thoroughly outplaying Kansas City. They came through with one of the most dominant performances in the history of the Super Bowl, and they thoroughly outcoached Kansas City as well, led by Nick Sirianni. That's when I realized during that week how the Eagles carried themselves, the look in their eyes, the level of competitiveness and thirst for trying to get their revenge, that they were going to win and be victorious in Super Bowl 59.